Alrighty.
Everybody, so this is Pineapple Porch Radio. Welcome, and we're going to be celebrating two anniversaries today. So yesterday on May the 1st was the anniversary of SpongeBob SquarePants turned 27. It's hard to believe, but yeah, it's been around since 1999. And today is May 2nd, which is the anniversary of the Loud House, the 10th anniversary, in fact. So we're gonna celebrate both anniversaries. And I thought for our first, uh, I guess, discussion is the future of the show, of both shows. And so I thought we could start with the show that obviously needs no introduction is SpongeBob, obviously because it was the first show to come out. So I thought we'd go in chronological order and stuff. Um, so yeah, let's discuss the future of SpongeBob. So we already know that the Patrick Star Show and SpongeBob are the two ongoing shows because of course uh, Camp Coral got canceled, as we already know happened a couple of years ago, uh, and so there's no more Camp Coral, but we still have the Patrick Star Show. Before we begin, uh, if you guys have seen the Patrick Star Show, what are your thoughts on it?
Um. The show, it it's a show that's not for everyone, but I personally kind of enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, I never really just vibed with SpongeBob spin-offs that messed with the timeline of the show. So I was never really into.
Yeah, that's honestly the worst part.
Uh, yeah, I was never really into Camp Coral or the Patrick Star Show. I mean, at first I liked them, but then as I thought about it, I was like, these shows are not for me. So I have not watched any Patrick Star Show season two, even though people claim it's like the greatest thing ever. So yeah.
The greatest thing ever, the Patrick Star Show.
Hey, what's
The,
up,
the Patrick
Pepsi?
the Patrick Star Show is genuinely one of the best TV shows to come out of this decade so far.
Yeah. Anyways, Pepsi, we were talking about the Loud House and SpongeBob because both have their anniversaries. The Loud House has their 10th, and SpongeBob's is 27th.
Holy moly. I cannot believe SpongeBob's have been on the air that long. Holy moly.
I mean, when you're looking at Nick's biggest cash cow, that literally is the only reason why it survives. Well, that tells you the reason.
Mm.
Because that's the thing, though, is if there's no more SpongeBob, which I'm pretty sure may happen in the future, but who knows?
Yeah.
If that were to happen, then basically Nick as a network just dies because it doesn't have a cash cow to help it survive.
Oh, I just I just wanted to ask something. Uh, in your eyes, when would I'm trying to find the words? I'm trying to find out how to say this, but in your eyes, and this is kind of a new question. And if in your eyes, when do you think SpongeBob will end for you?
For
Like,
me,
does that make
for
any sense?
oh no, 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 yeah, I get that.
Like,
I would say it depends because here's the thing. It will mostly just be like, okay, you've got these people that are doing the voices for all the characters. I honestly think that once you get to a point where the voice actors for all of them just are like, we're done, our voices are like we can't do it anymore, then that's when they end it. Because it kind of like an example that I think is the best is how you have modern Simpsons fans be like, oh well, here's the problem with Marge's voice because she's been doing the voice like for so long that it's like it seems like it's like her voice is hurting and they want her to stop. It's an example that a show's been going on too long because like Marge's voice just sounds way different compared to like old Marge. So I feel like eventually when they get to a point where they're like, oh, SpongeBob doesn't sound like SpongeBob anymore, or he's not like he just sounds different, then I'm thinking that's it. Then you can't do it. I don't want the show to be like a internal show since I don't think that's possible because sometimes shows gotta go.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty
hmm
much my thoughts.
I don't know when it's gonna be, but once that happens, then Nick's done. Like it's probably in a dystopian future where there's no Nick, no Disney Channel, no Cartoon Network because there isn't anything for
Because everything is replaced with streaming service.
pretty much, yeah.
Wahoo!
But yeah, that now honestly, yeah. But like I said, so my best guess for the future of SpongeBob is more SpongeBob seasons, obviously, and obviously I guess more Patrick Star Show seasons since they kept like pushing more Patrick Star Show, which is a thing. Me and Lalo's were talking about it. That was at the time when like Patrick Star Show had gotten like a season 3 and 4 for some reason. They really want to push Patrick's show. I don't know why, but they just do.
Yeah.
Because it's good.
I mean, well, that's even more surprising considering that they didn't want to push Camp Coral, even though they only gave that one another season after the first season, and that was it.
Yeah, but like the thing about Camp Coral was always meant to just only have 2 seasons. Patrick's show never had that limitation.
It was just to promote like the third movie, right? Sponge on the Run.
Yeah. So the reason why Camp Coral even existed was because of the whole like third movie flashback thing they did. Which, to be honest, though, I'll get to my thoughts on the third movie when we get to the ranking thing because can't wait for that. But again, they promoted the stuff in the third movie, and we got Camp Coral. I don't know why they did that, but apparently Steven Hillenburg approved it, and so they made a whole show based on SpongeBob as babies, and that's what that is. So yeah. So yeah, that's what they did with. But again, with the Patrick Star Show, that was just that one show where it's like, oh, we can do as many Patrick episodes as we want because he's a funny character. I don't mind that in theory, but it's like, again, I don't know. I don't know. It's just I feel like, again, you're going to be doing the same concept where you're going to have two shows running at the same time, and Patrick's in both shows. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But besides that, I can see a fifth SpongeBob movie. Now, the only reason I say that is because, well, in the first weekend of the fourth movie's release, it was not seeming like they were making lots of money. Then eventually, as like I think a week or two went by, they ended up making like a bunch of money off that movie. So I can definitely see at some point in the future us getting a fifth movie. I don't know what it's going to be about, but honestly, I think we'll get a fifth movie.
Wait. It doesn't SpongeBob have six movies?
I mean, like
would be the seventh movie?
So I mean, like, so not counting so when you think of like Search for SquarePants, it's considered like the fourth like SpongeBob movie as like the main from the main show. So I'm talking about like the fifth movie for the main show, because
the chronology of the SpongeBob movies is they're like the 4 main movies. The first one, Sponge Out of Water, Sponge on the Run, and Search for SquarePants, and then there are the 2 spin-off movies that are Sandy and Plankton.
Yeah, so I think the one thing I really want to see in the movie universe, but they still haven't done yet, is an accurate King Neptune. Now I know we had King Neptune in the first movie, but I'm talking about not just some like fake King Neptune. I'm talking about like the actual one from the show, because they would just give us like King Poseidon or like the actor King Neptune, but I want like the original King Neptune we had in SpongeBob in the movies. I don't know why they won't do it.
What do you mean, like the guy? The one in the show or the one from the first movie?
The one from the show. Like the one from the show.
Okay.
That King Neptune, not the one from the first movie. Like,
yeah, because I was about to be like, hey, aren't there copyright? There's like
which
copyright.
even makes it better because they actually combined both the worlds of the first movie and the show together, because in the latest SpongeBob game called Tides of the Tide, when you have King Neptune versus the Flying Dutchman, they actually show us a scene in one of the trailers that is King Neptune with his daughters, and one of them is Mindy. Now Mindy was from the first movie, but was actually the daughter of the first movie's Neptune. But they actually, I guess, confirmed that it's canon in the modern SpongeBob timeline that Princess Mindy is actually the daughter of the show's Neptune, not the first movie's Neptune anymore. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, so by that logic, they can go back to using the original Neptune. That makes me think that the Neptune, that the original Neptune from the show was like just on an off day, so they had to hire like a fake Neptune, and so the fake Neptune is not the real Neptune. I don't know.
That's funny. The like stunt double.
Yeah,
Neptune.
that's funny. The stunt double Neptune. And it's funny because originally in the fourth SpongeBob movie, Search for SquarePants, originally that movie was supposed to be a Mr. Krabs movie, but they converted it into a fully fledged SpongeBob movie. So yeah, we were supposed to get a Mr. Krabs spinoff until they canceled it and made it a movie that is about SpongeBob, trying to prove that he's a big guy. That's basically the original version of Search for SquarePants. I don't think we'll ever know about the concept. Well, actually, we did get that art book in February that's for all the movies, so maybe we'll have concept art for Search for SquarePants to see what it originally was going to look like as the Mr. Krabs spinoff.
100% though.
Because, like, the thing is, and I'll say this, I think it would have been really cool to have a Mr. Krabs movie. Like, imagine a movie where it's like, because in the episodes, you would get this, like, idea of Mr. Krabs as, like, he had this life in his Navy days, but they never really explored as much in the show. So imagine a whole movie that just shows Mr. Krabs back in his Navy days. That'd actually be a really cool concept. I would pay money to go watch it.
That's honestly awesome. Like, I love that. Like,
and they could even, and obviously they could like have brief scenes of it, but include brief elements of like Mr. Krabs and Plankton, so you see how they became like rivals and stuff. Even though there was Friend or Foe that did that, but they could do it in more detail. If the Friend or Foe version isn't the correct version, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking of.
Alrighty.
So anyways, so yeah, that's what I think is going on. Well, and I also could see another SpongeBob game. I don't know what it would be, but I have a bet that we're gonna get a new SpongeBob game, and because of the success of Rehydrated, which was a remake of an old classic SpongeBob game, I could definitely see in our future having another like SpongeBob remake, whether it be like the movie game, Riley's Camera Pants, or whatever the case is. I do think we're going to get another SpongeBob remake for one of the older games, since everybody wants like one of those to be remade. I don't know which one, but I'm just going to say there might be one. I have no idea. But your guess is as good as mine. But I would say if they really want to do something like a good pick, it could probably be the movie game. Heck, they could even do like a 3 All-Stars thingy where you have like 3 SpongeBob games in there. It's like it have the movie game, Lights, Camera, Pants, and like Creature from the Krusty Krab or something. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I like the idea of the. I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought. I like the thought of the 3D of like the All-Stars of the Super Mario All-Star. I don't know why that was so hard to say. I like the idea of the Super Mario All-Stars thing. I haven't played the SpongeBob games that much, so I can't really comment on the quality of those games. But yeah.
Okay, so yes, and I will say this because again, that boils down to the fact that it's like it would work because you had people like me who grew up with like those SpongeBob games because I played like a lot of them because I bought a lot of them when I was a kid. I played like hours of Battle for Bikini Bottom. I played like hours of the movie game. I didn't even beat the movie game, but I had hours on it. And there was all this other stuff, all these other games I eventually got, like Creature from the Krusty Krab and Lights, Camera, Pants.
Man, I haven't played Lights, Camera, Pants in a long time.
Well, so the thing with Lights, Camera, Pants was that was a game that I eventually collected because a friend had it. Like it was an old like elementary school friend I had who had the game on like PS2. I asked him if I could. Then I asked him if I could borrow. I was like, hey, I have a PS3 at home. Well, it wasn't my PS3, but I was like, can I borrow it to try it out? And he was like, sure. But then I kind of forgot to give it back to him, so I still own that PS2 version of the game. Just saying. So I will say. So
before hearing this, it is his now.
I will say this though. I honestly think that it would be a cool, neat idea to like have the So the thing with Lights Camera Pants is that I thought that game was fun. I think they should revisit the SpongeBob Party game thing, but more specifically, and this is going off topic, from our like main discussion, but is like a Nickelodeon party game. Because the original like Nickelodeon Party Blast was kind of sucked, but I'd love to see them do it with like the modern characters. Like imagine you having like SpongeBob and Lincoln Loud and like Rock Paper Scissors and all those characters just coming together and they're
Oh,
doing a
that would
party
be
game.
great.
Like because especially with the Loudest fan saying that like the like Rock Paper Scissors and Wild Pack were pretty good. I think if they put those characters in a party game, that'd be kind of cool.
Right.
I mean, and then they can also add some of the older characters, of course, because so like basically, if Game Mill made a Nick Party game, I would take that. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Um,
But
but yeah, yeah, I can see another SpongeBob game. I could definitely see that. One of the things I kind of want them to do again, I can now see happening is because Nickelodeon has collabed with IDW now, like the same people who do the Sonic comics. I wouldn't be down for the. I wouldn't mind this, but they should do like a SpongeBob set of comics, and then do like a Sonic SpongeBob collab comic or something like that. You know, because they were SpongeBob was in Crossworlds or something like that. I think that'd be cool. You know, give us some SpongeBob comics. In fact, they had SpongeBob comics back in the day. I don't know why they stopped doing them, but I would love to see some more SpongeBob comics. That'd be kind of cool.
right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, the
Um,
SpongeBob comics were like so funny.
yeah.
I used to get them like every free comic book day.
Uh, and then honestly, I mean, what else is there I could possibly say? I mean, there's just I guess more SpongeBob seasons. I mean, that's gonna happen. You know, like, season 17 I think has already been renewed or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
But I mean, like, but the thing that I would like to see probably is them doing like a Loud House video game.
yeah, I know we talked about that before on and stuff like that, but we'll have to see. That's a wishful thinking dream. It's like we all dream for that. We all imagine that we're sitting on whatever our platform we use to play games, and we're playing as Lincoln. I know we dream of that, but we'll have to see.
Go watch the other videos. We talk about it in those.
Yeah. Um, and then of course we have And then, of course, we got to talk about Loud House. For me personally, I want to see more Loud House seasons. I don't want the show to get canceled. If they're going
No,
to
I
get,
don't. I don't either.
if they have to cancel it because if they have to, then they have to do a proper ending. I've seen people suggest they end the series and then they do like a reboot that basically reboots the entire series so that it like fixes all the issues and they use that as a way to fix all the issues the series had from the start. I guess I don't know. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I
Uh,
think.
that it sounds like a cool idea, but it's kind of just wishful thinking at that point.
Yeah, because I mean, think about it. You have TV shows like The Loud House, and then you have the next version, which was the Casa Grandes with Ronnie Ann.
Mm-hmm.
But I
It
think
needs
what
a
they should
season
do
2.
is probably
It needs another season.
yeah, but I mean, and then you have the Casa Grande movie, which I probably predict a lot of people liked in a certain way. But I think what they need to do is they need to bring back some of the more maybe non-mentionable characters or characters that have only been in like one or two episodes, like Maria Santiago and all the other characters.
Okay, well that's okay. First of all, Casa Grande season 4. Everyone asked for that. That's not happening. I know everyone wants more of that, but that's not happening.
No, guys, don't worry. It's gonna happen in
Nick-
Hell's Copium.
Nick's made it very clear that if they are going to do more Loud House, it's going to be the main show. They're not doing more of the spinoff, which I get upsets a lot of fans who loved the characters of the Casa Grandes because there were a lot of like cool like minor characters and like Sid Chang who's not returned, which I get it. If Sid Chang's going to return, they would have to do her in the main series, but I don't know how. It would have to maybe be in an episode where like Sid, Clyde, Lincoln, and Ronnie Ann team up for an episode again or something like that. I don't know. But all I'm saying is that we ain't getting Loud House season or Cosmetics season 4. I just know it.
Yeah.
No. Sid's gonna return. Sid's gonna return, guys. Trust. In Hell's More Copium.
The only
Absolutely.
thing, the only way that I could see them doing something with Sid is if, and this is just very unlikely, is they'd have to make a Sid spinoff. That's just Sid's family. Like it's called. So it basically, instead of the Casa Grandes, they would call it the Adelaides or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's the problem. Me and Loudest Fan have talked about this for like ages and stuff, and we've both agreed that the Casa Grandes was the only group of characters that could ever get a spinoff. Anybody else just can't. Because they're very minor characters and they just don't have anything that would work in a spinoff.
Right. But
Yep.
going back to the Loud House, I think what a lot of people want to see more of is the main character, which in the Loud House is Lincoln, of course, though.
Well, I think he needs to be handled better because they keep treating him as like this, is out of character person that's doing all this selfish stuff, and that's not who he was. He was like the man with the plan, and he was traversing his life through the house, but they don't really show that anymore, so they gotta fix that.
No, which I find is absolutely crazy. Like the fact, like Lincoln is basically the main character of the Loud House, which I think they need to focus more, because you see this like some of these shows like The Simpsons, they focus on the Simpsons and on other shows, but on the Loud House, the main focus should be on Lincoln because he's trying to survive in this household with 10 sisters, 2 parents, and
Well, see,
a bunch of chaos.
I think
I think it's not a. Oh, I'm sorry. If you wanted to.
I think
say it,
the other thing, and a comparison I could make is the Fellow Parents, where with the Fellow Parents they had to be like, okay, well, they had to ask themselves the question, well, how do we keep Cosmo and Wanda's relationship actually interesting without it becoming stale and just uninteresting for people to watch? So then they added Baby Poof as a way to help make the relationship better because now they have to deal with a baby, right? So maybe, I'm not saying Gladys should do this because if they don't need to go the route Fellow Parents did and stuff because that screwed up their show. What I'm thinking is they need something to help them remember, like how to expand, like what made the show so good in the first place, right? So like do a Baby Poof like situation, and that'll get them more views because they're losing viewership, and it's probably because they haven't done anything that's catching on to the viewers. Like I don't know, it'd be awesome. What if we got a Loud House 3-hour special like which the Wishology was or whatever? Remember that?
I do like that idea though a lot.
Like, think about it. We had Save Rural Woods, which is basically like a whole special where Lincoln and the gang, Lincoln and the whole town of Rural Woods save Rural Woods. But imagine something like that, but you just stretch it out for 3 hours, and it's a 3-parter, and they air it on Nickelodeon. It'd be just like Wishology was back in the day. Now, I would sit there and watch that. I would watch a 3-hour Loud House special. What do you guys all think?
I think that'd be a great idea. Then,
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd have to be split into several parts, but
Yeah.
yeah. It would-
I would.
So what are we thinking the plot's going to be? What do we think the plot would be?
Well,
Because I think, and I will say, look, I'm going to say this again. I think it's really perfect because you have to remember they could do it any plot. Now, I mean, there are a lot of different ideas that they could explore within this sort of 3-hour thing, but I think in the future we should get a 3-hour Loud House special or movie because I think what people forget about is how like Wishology was the most ambitious Fellow Parents thing ever. We never got a real Fellow Parents animated movie because, well, there was supposed to be one, but Butch Harmon had presented a script to Paramount, but they just turned it down. But what we did get is an actual 3-hour TV movie on Nickelodeon called Wishology. Let's get something like that for the Loud House. I think that would bring in viewers. And they could hype it up as it's this cool Loud House 3-hour movie that y'all get to watch. And it could even be a great way to bring in some characters from that spinoff that people keep clamoring a season 4 for. So Sid could be in there.
Yeah.
Like character, yeah, like that'd be the way to make it a way to celebrate like the whole history of the show. Just have all the characters from all the shows, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, if you want to even get creative, bring in some of the live action people, and you could do like a live action, like have it where like the Loud House animated characters got to meet their live action selves. I don't know.
Yeah. But but I mean, another idea that I had was like, because on another TV show, Phineas and Ferb, they did like an act your age where it was set back 10 years into the future. I think to get more views, I think the Loud House should do something kind of similar to that.
Oh yeah. I will point this out too, as well, and that's a good idea. And yeah, I mean, again, I mean, I think we. And the other thing about it is, and I really wanted this, but I'm so sad they didn't do this. At some point, I want them to go back to the real Loud House and give it a season 3 because I loved the live action series. I don't know why it was only 2 seasons. I think it should have had 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was probably because of the aging actors. You know, these shows never really last long.
But
and Lincoln Loud's voice has changed a lot over the years, though.
Yeah, and well, what's even interesting about this is people forget this was a live action series, so they could have actually did a unique twist on it where it doesn't have to strictly follow the rules of the animated series. Because remember, it was already doing some crazy shit with the whole, you know, like the characters can talk about like real life stuff, like Superman and What Is Love from By Hathaway, right? So what if the characters just age in the show, in the live action show, so they don't have to be like strictly adhering to the ages of the characters. So you could have a Lincoln that could, in season 3 or 4 or whatever, goes into high school. Like that'd be pretty cool, since we never will get Lincoln.
That would be very interesting, though.
Like have them like do their own little universe. You know, that's what the show was. I would take that. And honestly honestly for another like third live action Loud House movie, I don't think that was going to happen because a lot of people were not really a fan of those movies, I guess. Well, I don't know I don't know how much ratings the second one got, but again, I would say that would be pretty cool. And the other thing that I also was shocked that never happened in the show is, if you remember around season 6, Jazier Bruno, the actor who did Clyde in the live action series, actually voiced Clyde in the main show. But I was surprised that Wolfgang Schaefer, who did Lincoln, didn't actually do Lincoln. That would have been kind of cool, although we never got that. That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think.
Yeah, and even then, Jazier Bruno only voiced Clyde for like a couple of episodes.
Yeah.
Before they eventually gave the role back to someone else, because it must have been a very consuming for him to have to work on both the live action and the anime series at the same time.
Yeah, but it would have been cool to see Lincoln's like really like live action voice just in the animated series. I don't know why, but yeah. Anyways, next. Okay, so yeah, like I said, I want them to go back and do more like Loud House comics and stuff, and like more merch and a bunch of other stuff. I don't know, but yeah. What do you guys think?
I really hope that Hot Topic gets merch at like some point. I feel like.
Hot Topic, bro. Hot Topic is my favorite. Imagine going to Hot Topic and you could just find Loud House merch, and it's like got different stuff on there. Like I remember seeing this online. There were like shirts that would talk about Lori, and like it would just say, like it would have like text that just represented Lori. Like, I can't remember what it said, but there was like a Lori shirt. But like, think about it. You go to Hot Topic and you have and you could have like shirts that are all themed to one specific Loud or something, and it could be like Lincoln's would be like the man with the plan, or Luann is like the jokester, or something like, I don't know, something like that would be cool. And another thing. Oh yeah, and one more thing I want to point out, and I don't think we've talked about this, but we need to talk about this. So, in Close Encounters with the Nerd Kind, people pointed out that there was this one shot, which we all remember, where Lincoln is like screaming, and it's like his face is just like really expressive, and people noted that it reminded them a lot of SpongeBob and Ren and Stimpy, right? So, think about it. What if they keep doing this for the Loud House, where they take inspiration from SpongeBob's expressive faces, and we finally get Loud House memes, right? We don't have any, and it's because, we've never really gotten like iconic Loud House moments where they're like Like they will be like, oh yeah, this is so funny, and then they make it a meme out of it. You know, like with SpongeBob,
I feel
we've
like
got.
I feel like that kind of thing only happens naturally. Like you can't force it, otherwise it's just cringe. Like it's just like
Oh no, yeah,
cringe, like,
no, yeah,
yeah.
I get that. I'm just saying that like it would be like eventually over time it ends up like that because we had that with SpongeBob where like is mayonnaise an instrument or no this is Patrick for example became memes. Well, the Loud House could do something like this to allow for something like this to happen because I think that could allow for some cool shirts. Like imagine having a shirt that's like with Lincoln that one Lincoln face from Close Encounters of the Nerd Kind. I would buy it.
I mean,
He's,
and it's not like we don't have any like funny images from the Loud House.
oh no, not
Like
at all.
uh,
Not even that. Oh, not even that. But I think that'd be
I would send a couple faces if I could.
yeah. I mean, like that one face, and when I saw that thing, I was like, man, that is a really funny face. Like he's just screaming, but it's like the way he's drawn. I really love how they're trying to take inspiration from SpongeBob and Ren Stimpy because I always thought both the shows have done a phenomenal job with the faces and make them really expressive. Especially SpongeBob and especially SpongeBob though. Like the modern seasons, I love the modern seasons because of how expressive the characters can get. Because they can just come up with the wackiest faces and they just make me laugh all the time. Yeah. What else can I say? Oh, yeah. So, yeah. So, any other thoughts we've got for the future of both these shows before we move on to ranking the movies?
You know, imagine if Lucy was like the girl of Loud House merch.
I mean, that would be pretty cool because again, remember Invader Zim is really popular at Hot Topic, so it would make sense that they made Lucy like the most popular character there, since it would kind of fit theming, I guess, a little bit. So I can buy into that
I would
idea.
buy it.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yes.
And then you have her like with a shirt where she puts her hands behind her back, like in the stock art render, she's like, sigh.
Yes.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna dress as a emo. I'm gonna get dressed as a goth, and I'm
And
gonna
just
dress as
say
a goth. And I'm gonna
sigh.
And then they could just include other quotes from like Lucy, where it's like, I can't think of another one, but it's like something that has
Hey,
to do with her
Lincoln.
poetry. Yeah. Like I don't know. I think Lucy is the most out of all of the Louds. I think she's probably the most marketable character.
Yes.
And then another great idea is Box Lunch could have Lynn Jr. merch because Box Lunch does jerseys. And what's the one character that's all like with jerseys? Well, Lynn Jr. So you could make a Lynn Jr. jersey.
Wait a minute. Imagine if we got like a Lucy Loud shoulder rider,
Oh my
like
god.
from U2's.
Okay,
That'd be-
now
that'd
now
be-
we have failed to talk about this. I don't know why, and in the entire 10-year history we have not had this yet. But where are Loud House Funko Pops?
Oh, well, I'm kind of glad those don't exist.
Like-
Simply because I just don't really like Funko Pops.
Oh well, I like them. So first of all, the question would be is how would the heads look because all of them have to adherently. Well, how would you design the heads though? Because you've got some that have this like bean-shaped head, and then the others that have a circular head. How do you make that work?
Yeah, probably the same as every other
Yeah.
Funko Pop in existence. To be honest.
And honestly, think about it. Imagine, Baron. Imagine you went to a store and they had a Sid Chang Funko Pop, and it was. And
Look at how they massacred her.
Sid Chang.
I would just be crying on the floor.
Yes. You better not do the same to Lucy.
There's other elements like you could have like Loud House pajama pants, Loud House keychains, Loud House. I want them to do Loud House DVDs. This is the one me and Loud House fan have been requesting for a long time. Loud House DVDs. Go back to finishing those seasons that they have failed to put on DVD, like seasons 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and also the Casa Grandes 2 and 3, and the
Just in
Loud
case
really,
the apocalypse happens, we can watch the Loud House still with the DVDs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High five.
Woo!
You know what? Actually, I don't know if the Loud House has done this as in their show yet. But imagine if they did like an anthology kind of episodes, but they're all like based around a specific theme. Like you could have like the Loud House set in the Wild Wild West, or like the Loud House set in like K-pop theme. You know, I know because we already have K-pop because of like Cas Grandes, but like you could set it in different themings, and I think it'd be pretty cool to have the characters in a whole new take. But it still fits the whole slice of life theme of the show. I think it could work.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
Like like if
idea.
like best
not-
like the best idea I can think of. If you guys remember that one short we got where they were fighting over the pizza and you had that one shot where it was all anime, make an entire episode where it's all drawn anime.
Make an episode where anime is real?
No, like the entire episode of the Loud House is all done in anime and they just have these anime like battles.
No. I know what you mean. I'm just making a little joke right there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Like
Lincoln versus Chandler.
Oh, that would be dope though. Like imagine they do it where it's Lincoln versus Chandler, but the whole thing is just done in anime. And it's like
that'd be amazing.
and he's like, Chandler's son, I'm going to destroy you for always bullying me in Royal Woods Middle School. And then
Anyway, kind of related.
and then Chandler replies, "No, Lincoln son. No, Lincoln son. I'm gonna make sure that I keep bullying you because you're a Lincoln lame son, Lincoln lame son or something like that. I don't know." And then Lincoln transforms and he does like a Goku, like yeah, and then Chandler. I don't know.
I'm telling you, man. Lincoln can solo Goku.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next time.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay, you go and say.
I'm sorry.
Go and
I'm
say-
sorry, but just kind of like related to that idea. I thought it'd be a really cool idea if the show did April Fool's episodes, but not like the Luann prank apocalypse episodes, but like imagine like if like every April Fool's Day we return to like the gender swap universe, and like and then they just act like everything's normal, nothing's out of place. like wouldn't that be such a cool idea?
Oh yeah.
Just like everything's the same, but like
Oh, what?
All right. So
you feel this.
it is now time for us to rank the SpongeBob movies, which are the first ones we're doing, and then we'll do the loudest ones. Don't worry. All right. So how we're going to do this is pretty obvious. We're going to start from the first movie, and we're going to go to the last one. It's based on the released order. So, all right. So we all know where the first one's going. So,
S.
Yeah. That is that is the best movie ever made.
Most unanimous decision of all time.
Yes.
Now listen. When I was a kid, I don't know what it was, but this movie was a little tricky for me because it was so dark. It was for me as a child. This movie was dark just because of Plankton like just taking over Bikini Bottom and like everybody just saying the same
All
words.
hail Plankton.
Yeah, like that was. But over time, I've come to grow and think that is really dark and edgy, but I like it for SpongeBob. Because something that people forget about, and this was, if you guys watched Ellis Mark, go watch him, he's pretty great. He made a video where he discussed how in like the 2000s, SpongeBob had this weird obsession with trying to be all cool and edgy in like some of the like game box arts, and even like the SpongeBob movie where like everything is just all like SpongeBob making these stern faces. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Some of the only advertising that I know from the movie is like that one where they're like running and there's an explosion in the background with those like really serious faces.
Yeah.
Like that was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, this movie is absolutely the greatest piece of cinema of all time. No questions asked. No questions asked if we're talking SpongeBob. Anyways, now we'll move on to Sponge Out of Water since we don't need to go any further about the first SpongeBob movie. So for me, this is a B tier. The reason I say this is that I like the concept where you have, SpongeBob and Plankton teaming up for a little bit, but then they get into an argument about like the TM situation, and then of course they've now all got to work together, and then
The 3M.
yeah, and then they all have to team up. But then I feel like, and then also the animation's really good in CGI and stuff. I mean, Burger Beard is, I mean, he's not a memorable. I mean, the only thing he really does as a villain is he takes a page book and then he says, "Here, I'm going to steal the formula," and that's it. So he's not a memorable villain to me personally. That's why it's a B tier for me. I think he's not like the best villain ever, but that's just B tier for me. And also, I mean, again, it's not a bad movie, and it's a great movie. It's just B tier for me. I don't know what y'all think on Sponge Out of Water.
I think it is an A tier movie. Like it is a solid A tier.
Okay.
Yeah,
Or,
it is also it's a very high
Solid
tier.
A.
like,
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll put it in A tier. I would put it in B tier for myself if I were ranking this myself. But since it's everyone, we'll do it in A tier. All right. Whoops. Okay. So now we've got Sponge on the Run. For me personally, I think this is probably a C tier because I think the movie's got a great concept, but again, it does the whole SpongeBob and Patrick. It has a little bit of issues, like they reuse the Gary concept from season 4. They reuse the whole SpongeBob and Patrick buddy adventure from the first movie, and then the Camp Coral stuff just bogs it down. We don't need that stuff, and so that's why it's a C tier. I think it is okay for the fact that it had a great concept. I think it's just mediocre. It's like it is just aggressively mediocre. I'm sorry. All right, so
unfortunately, yeah. I think there were some funny jokes in the movie, but overall, yeah, C tier sounds pretty justified.
all right, what about the rest of you? Okay, so C tier. All right, that's where it's going. All right, next is Search for SquarePants, the fourth SpongeBob movie. So Search for SquarePants. Now, for me personally, I think that now I'm gonna have a hot take. I think Search for SquarePants is better than the second movie, and let me explain why. Because I really like the story. I mean, sure, it's basically just a kind of like carbon copy of the first movie with SpongeBob trying to prove he's a man, but I like how the villain is the Flying Dutchman. We get to actually see him in movie form. I think that there are like a couple of jokes here and there that are a little off. I don't mind the song. I know the song is very cringe-worthy and is not really like, the best song that there could be for SpongeBob. But in my personal opinion, I have to say that, and this is a hot take, and I will stand by it. When I saw this movie, and as I came out of it, I was like, this movie is better than the second movie. It checked a lot more bars for me than the second movie could. But that's my opinion. What are y'all thoughts on Search for SquarePants?
Yeah, Search for SquarePants was great.
Okay. What about you, Baron?
Okay, I'll be honest. I haven't seen it.
All right.
I'm
well,
sorry.
That's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna put it above.
You should. It's great.
You should. But
I'll,
yeah, but based on my hot take, yes, I believe that Search for SquarePants is almost as good as the first movie, but is infinitely better than the second movie. I'm sorry. I don't know why, but I just like it better than the second movie.
That's okay, bud.
'Cause
We
I think-
have hot takes.
Because I think that the Flying Dutchman, voiced by Mark Hamill, is way cooler than SpongeBob and the gang being turned into superheroes. Okay, now this one I have a bit of a history with. Sandy Cheeks' movie. This movie, I went from saying it was an okay movie to absolutely despising this movie outright, because this has to be one of the most egregious, most terrible movies ever. Okay, let me explain why. The animation sucks. The story is bad, because why is SpongeBob the sidekick when they could have focused more on Sandy's relationship with her family and it just be a Sandy movie where, like, okay, here's how I would have done it. Have Sandy be like the one saving all of her friends in Bikini Bottom, so SpongeBob's also got captured. And what this allows for it to focus on Sandy developing a more like greater relationship with her family, rather than it just being Sandy and SpongeBob teaming up to save the town. Because if you're gonna make a spin-off themed around one of the best main characters, why are you throwing SpongeBob in here just to prove that it's a SpongeBob spinoff? You don't need SpongeBob in this movie. And
Like everybody knows who. Everybody knows what this is. It's
it's
Sandy.
yeah,
Everybody
and
knows.
also the villain is got to be one of the worst villains in SpongeBob ever. Like I get the plot. You wanted I get the villain wanted to be able to have fish breathe air and be able to hang out with them, but that just if you refined it to make it work, even if you probably can't, then it would have been much better. But I'm sorry, but that villain was just terrible. So what do we think? Do we think it deserves D tier?
Give it the DX.
Yep, that's where it's going.
Yeah.
X you.
D.
Yeah.
That feels horrible.
But it sucks
That-
because Sandy is such a great character, and she could have had a good movie. And this is what they do to
Yeah.
her. And finally, we end off with the Plankton movie. All right, now I actually like this, but I will not be ranking it as high as you think because I'm going to say that it's C for me. My only, and again, this falls back to the point that I like the story, I like the plot, but I just think SpongeBob should have not been in it as a sidekick. I don't understand why both of these movies had to have SpongeBob as the sidekick just to sell to the people that this was a SpongeBob spinoff. We know it is because it's featuring one of his main characters. That's my problem with it. So it's also mediocre because I don't know. I don't know. It's just C for me. It's an okay movie. I just don't know. I feel like it just drops down a tier for me. Like it would have been B tier if Plankton was the only like main focus and SpongeBob wasn't even helping him. But because SpongeBob's helping him, it's C tier for me. That's my opinion. But back to you guys. What do you guys think of the Plankton movie?
I mean, in regards to SpongeBob helping him, in the Sandy movie, he definitely had no reason to. But I argue he actually had a better role in the Plankton movie because, like, he was actively trying to like help him try to repair his relationship with Karen, and he was like serving an actual good story role. And unlike in the Sandy movie where he quite literally was just tagging along
Yeah,
on Sandy's adventure.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna put SpongeBob in the spinoff as a sidekick, make it justifiable, right? Like, there's no other than that, there's no reason. Make it focus a lot more on the actual main character of the film. Like, you know what would have been cool? Like, what if instead of SpongeBob having to help him repair his relationship with Karen, why not make it Mr. Krabs and make it so that Mr. Krabs and Plankton have to begrudgingly work together, and that way you could have Mr. Krabs understand that Plankton is going through some hard times because of Karen and all that stuff. That would be cool. Because guess
Hold
what?
it. That's a fire idea.
That is a fire idea. Listen, that way it works perfectly because it uses the iconic duo or the iconic rivalry, but allows them to have to work together. Because guess what? In SpongeBob, we've had that multiple times where they begrudgingly work with each other, and it sometimes creates really great moments between these two characters. So that's my opinion. And yes, Lotus fan, I agree. I get what you're saying with SpongeBob, but I would have preferred Mr. Krabs as the sidekick. But yeah, so where should we place the Plankton movie?
Give it a B.
All right.
Yeah, it's a B.
Okay.
B.
So this is the SpongeBob tier list. So now we'll go on to the Loud House tier list. So I have to pop that up.
Yep, everything nicely fits in each tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, the reason why I say that Plankton's C tier is because I would have preferred that Miss Plankton's sidekick was Mr. Krabs, just because, come on, that just seemed to make more sense than SpongeBob, because the SpongeBob and Plankton barely even get along because they're supposed to be like enemies and stuff. So yeah. All right. Okay, I found this one tier list, but we're not going to rank the spin-off, the main show, and stuff. We're only going to do the movies. So we're not going to touch the we're not going to touch the actual shows, just the movies, for anybody wondering, because that's not what I'm trying to do here. There you go. Yeah, I mean, but unless you guys want to do the shows, but I was specifically going to do the movies. Also, there isn't the third movie, so I'm gonna have to get a picture of that so we can do that real quick. So just yeah, give me a second. So, yeah. Oh yeah, and I guess we didn't talk about it, but you guys think we're gonna get like a four like a like the fourth installment in the Loud House animated movies? Like they said.
Sadly, no. Sadly, no. I don't think.
Well, you said that they were gonna do that.
I mean, looking back on that now, I think that might have been like that might have been not been real, unfortunately.
Hmm. I guess. Who knows? Who knows what was planned? Hmm. Hold
Y'all still there?
Yep, we're all still there. We're just waiting on Baron to come back, and I'm going ahead and getting in this. Getting the.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some that I'm really excited to talk about in the Loud House set of movies because again, that's just the idea. Yeah. There you go. Okay. All right. Let me share that again because I fixed it. There we go. All right, so I added naughty or nice. Doesn't have the logo on it, but it's there. So now we can rank that because we have to rank it.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
All right, so
Welcome back.
we're going to do the movies. We're not going to touch the shows because well, that would just be take too long to rank because there's so many different seasons and all that other stuff. So we're just going to touch the movies.
How do you even rank the movies and series together?
Well, so here are the tier lists. So we've got God tier, almost flawless, amazing, great, decent, meh, trash, awful, get in the bin, and haven't watched. That's how we're going to rank these. But,
Get in the bin.
so, let's start with the first Lions movie. Now, I have had a history with this movie because I remember watching it when it came out on Netflix on day one. I saw it on day one. And, I mean, I thought I was so excited for it. You know, I was going to see what it was all about. But I think the main issues this has is that it has a villain that's just really like go. I think the villain has really great potential, but just kind of flops because of what it's surrounded by with a really half-assed story that doesn't really focus on like the core concepts of the Louds. Like they're barely in rural woods. What else can I say? The animation is really terrible. I don't know why they didn't use Jamfield Entertainment to help them do it because I wanted a Loud House movie that had the animation of the show, and it took us until No Time to Spy to get it and stuff. So that just sucks. And they and a lot of the fantastical elements are really just forced in to the point where it doesn't feel like it's an actual Loud House movie. And so I'm sorry, but the only good thing I can really give it as a positive is the one song that I like, which is "Ordinary Me." I'm sorry, that's the only good thing about the movie, and the potential.
The opening was.
Oh yeah,
actually
and the opening.
really cool.
The opening, Ordinary Me, and the potential of Morag are the only three things I can say that are positive about it. That's it.
Meet potential Loud House villain.
What are the rest of y'all's thoughts on the Loudest movie?
Yeah, the Loud House movie. I just wish that they didn't use like fantasy elements, like
Like the villain was a pretty cool idea, you know, like Morag is the complete opposite of the Louds. The Louds are these loud, rambunctious characters, and Morag is the opposite. She's wanting peace and quiet. That's a really cool concept because it actually plays into the show's concept, but they couldn't do that because they baked it in around fantastical elements that don't make any sense. Why are there dragons? Why is there a magical staff? Like, that doesn't seem to fit with the show. You know what I mean?
What if instead of like an evil wizard witch thing, what if she was like a landlord or something, and like,
well, that's kind of what she is in the movie, and then she just takes power of the dragons and stuff. She's kind of the one that she kind of oversees the castle in the movie. I haven't seen it in a long time, but that's what I remember.
all right.
What are your thoughts on it, Loudest Fan? What do you think of the first movie?
Like, oh boy, the Loud House movie. I mean, I'll say, at the time it came out, it was pretty. At the time it came out, I thought it was pretty good. It was it was pretty good when it first came out, but as time has gone on, and with the other movies we've gotten, it has honestly.
It is shown that
it has aged rather weirdly, honestly.
So, which tier do we put it in? Should we put it in meh, like it's okay, or trash? What
Yeah, actually, no, that seems like a
okay.
That trash seems too harsh. Let's go meh.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just it needed more work. It needed more work.
Yeah.
The other movies clearly showed what the first movie needed more of. Oh, and the theatrical release. I'm sorry. Where is that theatrical release? I hope to God at some point they give us that long lost theatrical like beta version that we never got. Like show us what that theatrical version was supposed to look like.
Do I hear Lost Media?
Lost Media, yes. Listen, I have to theorize somewhere at Paramount Pictures there is a lost version of the first movie that we never got that was theatrical.
We gotta raid Paramount.
We gotta raid Paramount.
Oh,
we gotta raid Paramount. Everything.
Yes.
Well, we can't do that.
Steal the episodes.
Hold on, can't do that because they did that with we can't do. Well, hold on, we can't do that because they did that with that latest Avatar movie, and look what happened. Is a Malaysian guy got arrested for doing it. So yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Let's not do that.
Paramount found us. Shut it down. No. Shut it all down.
This would also apply to the Henry Danger movie because, fun fact, the Henry Danger movie that we did get was also supposed to be theatrical, but that never happened. So I bet you that both of those movies have a lost theatrical version that we don't know about. That's in Paramount Pictures like storage room somewhere that we just don't know about. I want to see. They need to release it at some point to show us what it looks like, because I would love to see if there was a lost theatrical version of it, and then we could say if only this is what we could have gotten. All right, next we get to go and do the first live action movie, because this was the next one that came out in order of release, obviously, and so. In my personal opinion, I don't like this one. Firstly, I'm not trying to attack the actresses for Lynn Jr. and Lenny in this movie, but I just do not think they fit the characters really well. I also think that it's bad because, first of all, it does the whole Lincoln is out of character thingy, where he just does something that's not in character for him. I think that I get that he wants to like keep his family together for Christmas, but like the way the way that they handle it in the movie is just really bad. I'm sorry, but it's not a real.
Lincoln in this movie is like just an actual emotional manipulator. Like
yeah, this is not a good movie. I'm sorry. And for it being tied to the live action series is actually wild. It is wild that this is tied to the real Loud House, and it's really that bad.
Gee.
So which one? Which one of these three? Trash, awful, or get into the bin? Where would we put it?
I personally believe that awful should be above trash, but like I guess since trash is better than awful, then I guess we're just gonna put it in awful.
Yeah, it is a egregiously bad movie. Like God, man. That movie, I mean, Anyways, a really loud house, really haunted loud house. Sorry, this movie is miles better than the Christmas one because it's got the best actors for Lynn Jr. and Lenny. Finally, ones that actually portray these characters correctly, and has the much older like cast, because they kind of got slightly older, by the time of Really Loud House. And boy, oh boy, does this show! This is so good. I love the plot. I love how Lincoln has this like debate where he's like debating on like doing the family thing, for Halloween or going to a Halloween party like he wants to with this like cool kid in middle school. And I think it's a really cool plot. What do y'all think? I think it's a really good one. I think it's better than the Christmas one.
Yeah, it's good.
All right. So
If I were to,
yeah, keep going.
if I were to rank it, I would put it in. Would you mind if I see the tier list? Like
Yeah,
a little bit more. Okay.
So God tier
I would-
was flawless, amazing, great, decent. We got meh, and then trash, awful, get in the bin, and then haven't watched.
Yeah. I'd put it in. I'd put it in decent.
It's decent. What do you think, Loud House fan? What do you think of a really haunted Loud House?
Definitely an improvement over the A Loud House Christmas.
Yeah, let's put it in. Let's go with Berenstain.
Yeah, decent.
It's decent.
Yeah,
it's,
decent.
it's decent. Oh boy, we get to the one that I absolutely despise out of all these movies. Yes, hot take and fun fact. I've said this before to Loudest fan, and I'll say it again. I absolutely despise the Cosgraine's movie, and I understand it's based on the spinoff, but let me explain why. First of all, the only good thing in that movie is that cool little cameo of the other two Nick shows, which are SpongeBob and Rocco. Besides that, it's literally just the first movie, but it changes the setting and the plot and the elements of the movie to Casa Grande's themes. So instead of the Louds, it's the Casa Grandes. Instead of Scotland, it's Mexico. Instead of Morag, it's that Native American teenager or whatever her name was. I completely forgot her name. And it's really terrible because it and one of my biggest gripes with the movie that I failed to mention is that I hate how it sets up this whole plot of it being Ronnie Ann's birthday, but then what happens is as the movie progresses, it stops remembering the plot of it being Ronnie Ann's birthday to now going into this entirely different side plot that has nothing to do with the original plot in the first place, which was Ronnie Ann's birthday. So, and also Sid just gets ditched throughout the first because you have Sid Chang who appears in like the first half of the movie, but then after that she just gets ditched and now only appears in like a few scenes here and there. And on top of that, I would have preferred if this movie had focused exclusively on Ronnie Ann's birthday, specifically if they just kept the characters in Great Lake City and they did the whole like skating park thing or whatever. I don't know, like take some inspiration from the Hey Arnold movie, and then the main villain was not that Native American teenage girl, and it was maybe a villain that was in Great Lake City. I don't know, but this movie is just so bad. It is so bad. I hate this movie. I'm sorry. So what are our thoughts?
Okay, so first of all, I have sent my hit snail on you, and second of all, I agree with what you're saying.
Okay, I know. And Laos fan, what do you think? What do you think of this movie?
This movie is good, and you are wrong.
All right, I'll take that. But all right, so I think to make it fair, I'm not gonna say get in the bin. I'm just gonna put it in trash, just so at least it's fair. Since we have one that said that it was their favorite, and
Just a minute.
yeah, I'm sorry. I don't like it. I can't. If you're going to, you cannot just copy the first movie for your spin-off movie. That's just not how that works. I'm sorry, but like if you've seen the movie, you would know that it does this whole birthday concept, but it even has elements of like Maria not allowing Ronnie Ann to have her perfect birthday or whatever. Like, or it doesn't even, and it just drifts away from the main plot and it goes to a whole different subplot that just copies the first movie but changes the location and setting and all the characters and stuff. I'm sorry, but yeah. Anyways, besides my controversial hot take, let's go to the No Time to Spy. This is, oh my god, this is the best Loud House movie in the entire Loud House canon. Can we all agree that? Can we all agree with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do
Yes.
it. Yeah.
All right, let me
Yes.
zoom out so I can put it up to the top.
Best movie ever.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but it's great. Listen, I was never really vibing with Fifi, but you know what? It's fine. This movie's great. It does everything perfectly. And then of course we've got this third movie, the Christmas movie. Uh,
The Christmas movie is just
it's okay. I mean, it gets the message is it gets the message across, but it's like, why is Santa Claus the villain? Like he's not a villain. He's a good guy.
well, to be fair, there can be multiple different interpretations of Santa Claus.
Now, the
Like,
only
he
reason
doesn't-
why
he
I
doesn't-
have to get to dock it down points is because, again, it does the same issue that the first live action movie had, which is that Lincoln's out of character, and he does something that is completely out of character for him to do. He is not supposed to basically be selfish to get what he wants. And in the entire movie, like there are, for
It should have
example,
been Lola.
yeah, and also I should point out the most egregious part is that in that one song where they're all singing about Christmas and how they're excited for it, almost half of the lines in that song literally just are about Lincoln singing about how he's like he's just being like so like pretentious about what he wants basically. I don't know if that's the right term, but he's just like he acts like a pretentious prick in the entire movie.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
why can't we just have a? If I had a nickel for every time Lincoln Loud was mischaracterized in a Christmas movie,
It's
I'd
really,
have
You would have
nickels.
millions.
you would have two you would have two you would have two nickels, which is weird because
Which isn't a lot, but it's weird. It
it's
happened
happened
twice.
twice. Yeah. But that's funny. But where should we put this on the tier list? Like, what are we all collectively thinking? Is it like a decent movie, or is it like not so great?
Put in meh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I put it also in meh.
Yeah,
Um,
and I guess we'll do. I guess since these are on here and we can't leave them out, we'll just do the shows, just to be fair. Whatever. All right. So Loud House, what are our thoughts on the entire series so far, based on the seasons that have dropped and episodes that have dropped?
Good.
yeah, overall, I would put it in decent tier, like right above, of Loud House,
Right.
like like spooky.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I,
It's
I don't.
yeah.
li- I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll put it here. I think it's a great series, but it's whatever. Now, Casa Grandes. I cannot say anything, so I'll let y'all say because I have only seen like maybe 3 episodes.
God tier above
Yes.
No Time to Spy.
Yes. Put it on God tier.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Last fan, you say it's God tier 2?
Casa Grandes?
Yeah, what do you think of Casa Grandes?
Personally,
Is it
I,
is it almost flawless for you, or amazing, or great? Like,
it's great. It's great, I'd say.
okay, I'm gonna put it here just because I can't rank it. I'm sorry, I haven't seen all the show. I'm just gonna let y'all say it for me. So if you say it's great, then I'll say it's great too. All right, now it's really the house. Listen,
Okay.
I'm gonna
okay,
now I'm
go
gonna
after
do.
it.
This might be a controversial hot take, but I'm gonna say it. It's got to go up here. Look, that was a god tier show. I loved how it took a different direction for the
Nah.
show. It was good.
Personally, I put it in decent.
Writing minute.
Cause listen. I love the character. I love how it like it does like an alternate timeline, like alternate like thing with the show. Where it's like, oh well, in this universe, it took Lily a little bit longer to get potty trained, or they're referencing like modern stuff that they couldn't do in the main show, or it's like there was stuff that was going on that we didn't get to see in the main show. I don't know. I personally, in my opinion, it's just a god tier show. It may even be slightly better than the main show, which is saying a lot. Which I know it's weird for me to say that when I should be saying the main show is better than the live action, but yeah, for me it's god tier. Okay, here we'll put it here. We'll put it here. There you go. Almost flawless. That's fine.
That's better. That's better.
Much better.
That's better.
Okay. So this is this. All right.
And that is the full tier list.
And we'll do one more tier list, and we'll do this. We'll do the SpongeBob's. I guess since we did SpongeBob Loud House seasons, we'll do SpongeBob seasons. I guess. I don't know why not. We'll see what if they're. I haven't ranked these in a while, or I don't think I've ever ranked any of the stuff. So, yeah. I don't know if I've ranked it, but I don't know why not. Okay, this one actually allows us to rank the actual movies stuff too. So let's just. Oh, okay. Well, this one's easier. Okay, so we said this was perfect. We said Search for SquarePants was amazing. I said it was amazing, and y'all were like, okay, whatever. We said this one was amazing too. We played Plankton was like mediocre. I think we said Sandy was terrible, terrible. And then we said, yeah, this was okay. Okay, I'm just putting everything where it was. Well, no, we said mediocre for the third movie. That's right. Anyways, now let's start with now we're gonna go back and go in order of each of the seasons of SpongeBob, and then we'll do Patrick Star Show and Camp Coral. All right. So, what do we think of the first 3 seasons? And I think we all know where these go.
We all know.
We all know.
If we can,
Yes. We're gonna put it in.
and perfect. They are
Perfect.
Yep.
Masterpiece.
They are masterpieces.
The first 3 seasons. First 3 seasons, masterpiece.
Okay. Now,
I'm
as we all know,
wait a minute.
now
Wait a minute.
okay. Yeah, you go ahead.
Does the first couple seasons being above of the SpongeBob movie mean anything? Or is it?
They're
or
just
is-
on,
are
that
they
means
just like,
that means they're on par, but they're on the same level of awesomeness.
No. Like I mean.
Well, if you
Like,
I mean, okay, if you want to, we could do this.
Like above. Yeah. Okay.
If that's better, we can do it. But then now we get to this little tricky. So then you get Steven Hillenburg leaving after the first movie, and it's been debated in the SpongeBob community as to what is considered the downfall of SpongeBob. People argue that seasons 4 and 5 are also as good as seasons 1 to 3. But I guess we'll have to figure that out for ourselves as we rank these next few seasons. I would say there are some pretty good episodes of 4 and 5. I mean, The Best Day Ever, that was a really good one. Friend or Foe is one of my favorites from season 5. So what do we think about seasons 4 and 5?
Seasons 4 and 5 are great.
Yeah, they're great. They are great.
Yeah, I would say they're pretty close, and you can see. And I think okay. So here's what I'm gonna do for the sake of our tier list. I'm gonna put 4 in amazing, and the reason why is because for most people they've agreed that season 4 has a lot of elements in its like earlier half of the season that give off vibes of those original 3 seasons, but it's not quite there. But it's almost like the first 3 seasons. So because of that, I'm gonna say it's an amazing season. For 5, I'm gonna say it's great because I think that 5 isn't a bad season. I don't think it is because remember, like I said, Friend or Foe, and while you had Atlanta SquarePants, which was like a special, I think it not only created one of the coolest backstories for Mr. Krabs and Plankton, but it also was the main reason why we got a video game based on Atlanta SquarePants in the first place. That's got to mean something. So yeah. So next we get to season 6. Now this is the most controversial season because of the infamous Splinter episode, obviously, and there are a few, for me personally, it's an okay season. I mean, this is where you start to kind of see I think honestly, season 6 is where you see the downfall of SpongeBob because it starts leaning more into like these like dark and like just gross episodes and just like whatever you could think of. But I think season 6 is an okay season. What do you guys think?
I mean, personally, I put season 6 in okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not it's not mediocre. It's okay. Like that's where I was gonna put it.
Yeah, it's all right. 50-50.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the gross. Okay, now season 7. Boy, oh boy, I think this has got to be one of the worst seasons because there are 2 episodes in that season that really stand out to me as the worst. Those being the Plankton suicide episode and the Gary almost
Yeah.
gets eaten episode. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
like one course meal and a pound for Gary wasn't that one?
Yep, both of those. Those make it the worst season. I'm sorry. Just because you have other episodes that are not as bad does not make it a good season. Like, sure, you get Sister Sam and that one episode where Plankton and Sandy get to collaborate on a machine together, but those completely get overshadowed by the worst episodes. So I'm gonna personally put it in awful, or bad, whatever you guys want, wherever you guys want to put it.
Awful.
And yeah, I put it in bad.
Or bad, okay, that's fine. All right, season eight. Season eight. So let me see. That had the hot shot episode. The driving. I liked the driving episode. I remember that one. Um, that one. Okay. I will going back to season 7 before we move on to season 8. I will admit, season 7, the only episode I actually rewatched the most as a kid, and I could never understand why, was I was so fascinated by the Krusty Dogs episode, and that was the one I always turned on when I was eating like breakfast or something. I could never understand why, but I had a fascination with that episode just for some reason. But that's just a weird little factoid about that episode that I have. Is just whatever. But anyways, in season 8, I thought the driving episode was kind of really cool. Like the fact that Mr. Krabs keeps building keeps just destroying part of the Krusty Krab to be able to drive in, and then you have like SpongeBob like trying to convince Mr. Krabs to use actual driving stuff, but Mr. Krabs is too cheap to actually use it. Season 8 I think is okay. So here's what I'm gonna say. Season 8 I think is an improvement over season 7. Can we all agree? Can we all agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. So what are we talking? Like mediocre, okay, good? Where's season 8 going?
I think we could put it in. Good.
It's good. All right.
Yeah,
Massive
it
improvement over
is.
season 7.
Good.
All right.
Good.
Now this one gets a little tricky here because we gotta get some context. So in season 9, you had this whole thing going on where there was this huge gap. Well, why? Well, the second movie. You see, originally the second movie was supposed to release in 2014 because they had some whole things going on. Well, because what was going to happen with season 9 was supposed to be a short season. Then you would have had the second movie, and then season 10 would have came out in like 2015 or 2014 or something like that. But due to that whole thing, well, that never happened. So what ended up happening was they had to make season 9 really long, and that's why we got that massive gap in between in the season, which is why you get what's dubbed the first half of season 9, where they use the original animation style for SpongeBob, and then the second half, which uses the modern style of animation for SpongeBob with all the expressions and all that stuff. So, for me personally, I think that it gets massively better in the second half compared to the first half. I think it is a massive improvement over season 9 or over season 8. But I think it just gets but where you see the massive improvement takes place in the second half, not in the first half. What do y'all think? What do y'all think of season 9?
I would put it in.
Would you say it's well because so we know, so would you say it's better than season 8? Is it not as good as season 8? Like, is it in between seasons 8 and stuff and 7? Like
I'll
what,
put it in between.
in between? So
Yeah.
so is it an okay season? I can understand.
Yeah.
I would say I get and I get that because it was that one season that was just trying to figure out what it was trying to be, but it was because of the second movie, so that's a fair assessment.
Yeah,
So
put it in the okay tier.
I'm gonna say it's better than it's definitely better than season 6. Come on now. Okay. Now season 10 has probably one of my favorite episodes of the entire series. Now you're probably curious as to which one it is, but I'll tell you what it is. It is Mimic Madness. Oh my god, it is one besides Band Geeks, that is one of my favorite episodes of all time. I love Mimic Madness. My favorite.
Oh yeah, Mimic Madness is an absolutely phenomenal episode.
Oh my god, SpongeBob like the jokes. The jokes are the funniest jokes out of all SpongeBob. As funny as the earlier seasons. And I have to point this out. Like, not only that, but it's like on par with like Band Geeks. And Band Geeks is one of my favorite SpongeBob episodes because of like of the is mayonnaise joke. So for that reason, I've got to say it is, and this is just a personal opinion, but I'm going to put it right here. I think that season 10 is an amazing SpongeBob season. It massively improves everything that season 9 was, the second half of season 9 was showing us, and definitely improves over like the later 3 seasons, like 6, 7, and 8. Man, oh boy, that season is great. Yes, and it is and it is better than the second movie, but is not as good as the Search for SquarePants. Just saying, but yeah, yeah. So season 10 is as good as season 4, which is saying a lot, but no, that's fair. All right, season 11. This season introduces us with one of our first sequel episodes, being Doodle Dimension. Yeah, Doodle Bob finally returns to SpongeBob after so long. Also is the same season that gave us the Fred episode. Yeah, so fun fact, season 11 is the season where we get a Fred episode that is just literally called My Leg, I think, or something like that. So
My leg!
My leg!
my other leg.
My leg.
So, what do we think of season 11? Do we think it's better than season 10? Do we think it's as good as season 10? What are we looking at?
It is as good as season 10.
Yes, very good.
Okay, then amazing. Here it goes. It's right there. All right, season 12. Well, I guess the train keeps going because also season 12 is something. All right, so oh man, what happened in season 12? I'm trying to remember. What do we think of season 12? I'm having a hard time remembering what happened in that season.
Oh yeah, that episode had that season had a big birthday blowout.
Oh, just for that alone, I have to do this because there is one where this. I know. Okay, we didn't talk about how season 6 had Truth or Square, but this one goes here infinitely because of that big birthday blowout. I'm sorry, but I have to do that just because of that special. Yeah, that's just. I think we can all agree season 12 is on par with the other seasons. Well, actually, no. Like, you know what? I'm not just gonna do that. I'm gonna put it here. There you go. That's where it deserves. It's better than the fourth movie, which is saying a lot.
Amazing.
Yep. All right. So season 13. All right. So this one had that one episode where it was Arbor Day disarray, and they had to grow and they were growing the plants, and everybody got their own plants. If you guys remember. So what are our thoughts on season 13? Now, I think that I'm going to say this. One of my favorite episodes from season 13 has to be that one where it was like all done in like black and white. If you guys remember, there was a SpongeBob episode in season 13. I can't remember the name of it, but it was where the entire episode was all done in black and white, and it had like Patrick owning his like separate crew or something like that. I remember, and Squidward was trying to find a job. Do you guys remember what I'm talking about?
I think so.
You know what I'm talking about, Loudest Fan? That one episode in season 13 where it's all done in black and white?
Squid Paratu?
No, not Squid Faratu. It's the other. It's the other one. It's the one where it's all done in black and white, and it's based
Squid Noir.
Not Squid Noir. They're on the ship. It's like all like captain themed.
Dopey Dick?
Dobby Dick, yeah, that one. That one.
That episode isn't in black and white though.
Oh, it isn't in black and white. I thought it was in black and white. I can't remember, but yeah. But yeah, season 13 has Arbory Disarray. That's the only one I remember from season 13. So, what are our thoughts on season 13?
I mean, I'd say it's good.
It's good? Okay, yeah. So it's not as good as the other couple seasons we've had. All right, season 14. This one, I gotta say, boy, it really surprised me because it had an episode that blew my mind, and it was that one episode where they show where they're going to the Bikini Bottom History Museum, and oh boy, do y'all remember that one shot in that episode where they recreated the pilot, or like the earlier seasons, like pilot thingy from the show, but all in the modern style. Remember that,
Yes, I do.
bro? Bro, that was, oh my god. I saw that, and the first thing I immediately done was I paused it on that frame and and I stared at that for as long as I could just to bask in how awesome that was. That was like that was the coolest thing in that season, was them was recreating that shot. That was insane. That was crazy. I loved that. That was awesome. Them recreating that like old SpongeBob thing. Like I love how they went back and honored that. That was great. So for that alone, I gotta give that amazing. So that. Oh, and also season 14 had one of the greatest episodes in that season. The one where the moms take over the Krusty Krab. Do y'all remember that?
Yes.
Yes, that was. Oh my God, I was so. Bro, when I saw that episode, I kept rewatching that because that was a good episode. Like, Mrs. Krabs and Mrs. Tentacles, and then Mrs. SquarePants, them taking over the Krusty Krab. That was so awesome. I love that episode. All right, now season 15. Now there are two great things about season 15 that I got to discuss that I think people fail to talk about. Three things. So you've got the first thing, which is the Fish Called Sandy, which was the greatest episode ever of that season because they redid the entire episode, but if it were like a season 1 to 3 episode, or specifically a season 1 episode, like the characters are drawn just like they were in season 1, the colors and the backgrounds, like oh my god, that like it looked just like a season 1 episode, but done in the modern style. It was insane. And then of course, who can't forget about that one episode? I don't know if it's in the season 16 or 15, but there was this one episode that uses that actually pulled from a Mr. Krabs stock photo from like the early 2000s and recreated it in the modern style, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So wait, so did you guys? So if you guys saw Fish Called Sandy, did you think that was a pretty cool episode?
A Bitch Called Sandy is such a great episode.
Yeah, it's a cool episode.
Like like they recreated the season 1 style. Like how did they do that so well? It looks so good. All the characters just look just like they were ripped straight out of season 1. Bro. And
yeah, it's like
yeah, season 15. I have to do this, but it is literally right there on par with the top 3 seasons. I know it's kind of a hot take, but it's not really when you consider the fact that it was like a thing. So yeah, it's pretty good. And then of course we get to the 2 final pieces of media, that being the Patrick Star Show and Camp Coral SpongeBob's Underyears. So let's start with Camp Coral SpongeBob's Underyears. So for me personally, I first liked the show, but then I ended up just not really liking it because one of my biggest complaints with the show is that in that episode where someone's in the kitchen or something like, I forgot what they call it, kitchen sponge, I didn't really like how that one completely like changes the lore of having it where modern Sandy sends past Sandy to Camp Coral to go to camp to prevent the secret formula from being stolen. But it's like, doesn't that kind of contradict what Friend or Foe told us about the secret formula and how it was created? Right? Like, that makes no sense. Because think about it, right? So you have Friend or Foe, which if you remember, in that episode, Karen and everybody was telling the story. And it's like, well, so so Mr. Krabs tells the story, and he says that what happened is that they were kids. They were going to work together to create the special patty recipe. Krabs and Plankton get into a beef over the formula. Plankton gets the chum half. Mr. Krabs gets the other half, and then he accidentally caused a bunch of stuff to get in there. Then he mixes it, and then it creates the Krabby Patty recipe. And there we go, bam, the Krabby Patty's born. But then what I don't like about Camp Coral is that they clearly imply that that's not what happened, and rather SpongeBob created it like years earlier at Camp Coral, and now they've got to basically they have to get rid of it in order to have the timeline restored. But it's like, that basically contradicts what Fred or Fro told us. And Fred or Fro was, I think, miles better than like any Camp Coral episode. That's my opinion. But what are your thoughts on Camp Coral?
Camp Coral is just mid.
Camp Coral is
Put it in medical.
Mediocre, yeah.
Mediocre.
Yeah.
Medical.
We
I
didn't-
can't pronounce.
Even though that there are moments where it's like there was cool ideas, I don't think we needed this as a show. It would have worked better. It would have been better if the show was separate, but it was like in a separate universe. But it's not, because they have to tie it back to the main universe and contradict everything that we already knew about certain elements of the show. That it's just, there's no reason for it. I'm sorry. It had no reason to exist. They didn't even, like, Ellis Mark made a whole video about the SpongeBob spin-offs and why he thinks they're terrible. And he makes some good points, like how it didn't justify its reason to exist, and it's all because of that mediocre third movie. I'm sorry, but it deserves to be there. All right, Patrick Star Show. I've only seen the first season, and you know what? At first I thought it was good, but like a great first season, but after that it's like, eh. But then again, they say the second season's better. I don't really know, since I've not seen the second season, and I kind of I made myself not watch the second season. But I'm gonna let y'all decide. What do y'all think on the Patrick Star Show? From what you've seen, at least.
The Patrick Star Show, is like, you just gotta give it a
Great.
chance, and it's good.
The Patrick Star Show is great. Dare I say, amazing.
Dare I say amazing? Okay, so
Put it
Well,
in,
if you-
put it in great.
yep. So that right here is the SpongeBob tier list. We don't have any awful pieces of SpongeBob media or any abysmal SpongeBob pieces of media. Okay, and then we'll do one more final tier list, and we'll be done. That is we'll do SpongeBob Video Games, just because I don't know. I don't know why, but I want to rank the video games since I've played a couple of them. But I'll see what I can, because I haven't played like too many of them. But we'll rank which ones we can. Okay, so there are a lot of SpongeBob video games that we've gotten over the years. Now, to point in case, there are a couple of ports for some games like that. I'm not going to rank because we don't have too many. We don't have too many of them out. Like because there's some that I haven't played specifically. So we're only going to rank the one. We only will have to rank the ones that we actually played. So I have not played Legend of the Lost Spatula, and I bet you that you guys have not. So we're not going to rank that one. So yeah. Operation Krabby Patty, I don't think any of us has played, so that we can't rank that one. Okay, so Super Sponge. Now, interestingly enough, I've played the Game Boy Advance version of Super Sponge, and not the PS1 version of the game. But have any of y'all played Super Sponge?
I have not.
Okay. Okay. Wow. We haven't gotten to any ones to rank yet. Okay. I'm gonna skip over a play of the month. I've never played that. It was a PC game. Okay. Now we can get to one I can rank. Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, but the GameCube version. So I actually do not like this game because first of all, you can't save the game, and also the game just looks ugly. It's really that bad, and it's also kind of glitchy. So it's D tier. Do y'all agree? What do you think, Lucy? You think Revenge of the Flying Dutchman's a D tier SpongeBob game?
Put it in D.
Okay, that's fair. I didn't like it. All right. So now we get to the greatest video game of all time, in my personal opinion, and that is Battle for Bikini Bottom. This game right here is what made my childhood so special. So I'm gonna put it in S tier. Yeah. No, it needs no questions asked. That is a good game. Yep. That is right. What do you say, Baron? Um,
You there?
I think he's being right back. But what do you think, Lucy? You think that the one we got in S tier is deserves S tier?
We give it an S tier. It
Yeah,
deserved
it
it.
deserves it. Yeah, it's the great. It was my childhood. It was my childhood. I remember there were like I don't remember how many saves are on the game usually, but I literally played the game as many times as there were saves on that game because of how fun it was. Like imagine playing a game that's so iconic and so good that you just play it so many times. That's just how it is. Yeah. I'm sorry, but yeah. Okay, so the this game, the typing, I vaguely remember it, but I can't. Okay, the movie game. This one is one that I also loved, and I also think deserves S tier. It's as good as it's definitely not the. It's not like this, but it's right here. It's S
Yeah.
tier because it's a movie game. Come on now, and it borrows a lot of elements from Battle of Bikini Bottom, so that's where it goes. Um. Yeah, so we're skipping the Game Boy Advance version and the PC version because I never played those point and click versions of the games. Lights Camera Pants. Oh my goodness, I love Lights Camera Pants. It's A tier. It's a really really good SpongeBob party game. So yeah, that's just what I'm gonna say. Yeah, so we can do that. Um, I can't rank the Yellow Avenger. I mean, I did put it. I did emulate it on my Steam Deck through like the PSP version, but I have not gotten far enough to actually tell you how good it is. I haven't played 90 Nightmare. Creature from the Krusty Krab. I do own that on the Wii, but I never really played it that much. I got like to. I couldn't. I don't know. I can't rank that one. Okay, Atlantis Scorpianus. I can't either. I know these are the later ones, and I can't rank it, but unfortunately. Haven't gotten that far, so yeah. Underpants Slam, I do remember this one. So in this game, you gotta like rank, you gotta like collect all the underwear pieces. I think it's a fine game. It's a B tier. It's fine. I remember it on the Xbox 360 or whatever. Oh yeah, Drawn to Life, SpongeBob. That's an A tier for me. I remember playing that as a kid. Oh my god, that was my like DS game, bro. You know what? You ever heard of Drawn to Life?
Drawn of Life?
Yeah, Drawn to Life.
Mm,
This was a fun one. Like I remember I'd like draw the character like with the little like with their stylus, and then you could use that in the game or whatever. That was so cool. Yeah, it was so cool. It was an awesome game.
Anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
okay. Yeah,
uh,
if you gotta go, this
I gotta go. Yeah.
yeah, it's
So
fine.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I
alright.
don't think I'd help with this tier list anyway. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
before I leave, of course, good night, Great Lake City.
Okay.
Bye
Yeah.
bye, Baron.
Bye bye.
Bah.
All right. Well,
Nope,
let's
done.
let's see what we can finish up with because again I've not played the majority of them. So there's Truth or Square. I think I didn't get as far. I only got like so far the first level of the game, but I didn't get that far, so I can't really rank that. Boating Bash, I played the. I'm gonna give it a B tier since I never played the story mode, but I did play like the regular like arcade mode or whatever it was called, and I thought it was fun. I never played Squiggle Pants because I had a U-Draw, but never the game itself. Never played this one. I never played this one. Never played this one. Robotic Revenge. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. D tier game. Why is that game so darn bad? Come on, Activision. You could do a better job. Same with Hero Pants. That was not a second movie game. And I can't rank these three. So yeah, that's all I can rank. I'm sorry, guys. I need to play more SpongeBob games. Yeah. So that's all we've got for this episode. And yeah, so good night, Great Lake City and Bottomites, and happy anniversary to SpongeBob SquarePants and the
And
Loud
the
House.
Loud House.
Yep, because not only are we in the Loud House, but we also live in a pineapple under the sea.
Yes. SpongeBob SquarePants.
SquarePants.